Two massive armies face each other across the plains of Kurukshetra. Thousands of soldiers stand completely silent, waiting for the horns to signal the start of a catastrophic war. Standing between these two forces is Arjuna. He is the greatest warrior of his era, a man who has prepared his entire life for this exact moment. But right before the battle begins, his body gives out. His knees shake, his skin burns, and his legendary bow slips from his hands. He looks across the battle lines and doesn't see a faceless enemy. He sees his uncles, his grandfathers, and his childhood teachers. He realizes that winning this war means slaughtering his own family, and the moral weight of that impossible choice completely crushes him. Arjuna dropping his bow is a highly accurate description of a physiological panic attack. It is the exact response you experience during severe burnout, decision paralysis, or when the sheer weight of external pressures and overlapping responsibilities becomes too heavy to hold. When our emotions overpower our sense of duty, the mind's biological survival mechanism is to shut down. We freeze. We choose total inaction. And that specific psychological crisis is exactly what the Bhagavad Gita was written to solve. Enter Krishna, Arjuna's charioteer and guide. Instead of offering the standard pep talk, Krishna dismantles Arjuna's entire worldview. He points out that the physical bodies Arjuna is so terrified of destroying are already temporary. They are biologically guaranteed to perish. The core identity of a person, consciousness, operates differently. It cannot be burned by fire, cut by weapons, or washed away by water. It is eternal. Obsessing over the inevitable decay of temporary things is a misreading of reality. If you anchor your peace of mind to physical outcomes that you know will end, you are choosing to suffer. Arjuna still wants to run away and hide in the forest to avoid the conflict, but Krishna explains a biological reality. Total inaction is impossible. Simply breathing, eating, and existing requires action. The mechanics of human nature force us to make choices every second of our lives. Since we cannot escape acting, we must rewire the mechanism behind how we act. We have to completely decouple our daily effort from our obsession with the final outcome. This flowchart illustrates the core operational rule of the Gita. You have absolute authority over this solid line, your action and your labor, but you have zero authority over this chaotic cloud, the results of that labor. The universe ultimately decides whether your work yields wealth, status, or total failure. Look at what happens when you tie your self-worth to that unpredictable cloud. You take your baseline happiness and chain it to a set of highly volatile variables you do not control. That is the exact mathematical formula for modern anxiety. The alternative is a concept called nishkama karma. It means executing your personal duty, your swadharma, purely for the sake of the work itself. You put maximum effort into the task in front of you and completely sever your emotional attachment to the reward. When you stop demanding the universe reward you in a specific way, you reach a psychological state known as sthita prajna, a stable mind. You become entirely unaffected by both praise and criticism, success and failure. You sit calmly in the eye of the storm. True control comes from acknowledging that we actually control almost nothing. When we accept that our only true possession is our effort, this ancient philosophy becomes a highly practical cognitive framework for surviving modern chaos. To drive this point home, Krishna expands the scope from Arjuna's individual mind to the entire cosmos. He reveals his Vishwarup, the ultimate cosmic form, containing all creation, time, and destruction, repeating in an infinite, inescapable loop. Against that infinite backdrop, a single human life is microscopic. We aren't the main characters writing the script of the universe. We are tiny instruments operating within a massive, predetermined cosmic engine. Realizing how small we are isn't meant to be depressing. It's liberating. If you aren't the grand architect of the universe, you also aren't carrying the crushing, egotistical weight of personal failure. The universe will keep spinning regardless of what happens to your project, your status, or your bank account. Right now, you are standing on your own personal Kurukshetra. Perhaps a difficult career pivot, a failing relationship, or fighting for your mental health. The instructions haven't changed in 3,000 years. Drop the paralyzing fear of what might happen. Identify the work in front of you, pick up your bow, and execute that work with absolute, unattached focus.